you up and boom, 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 boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Oh, 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 life could be a dream. And I think I'm plans would come true. And I think I'm my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing? I am enjoying a beautiful weekend that unfortunately I did not reserve a camp spot soon enough to get out to the my local state park for the weekend. So the Airstream Interstate is parked at storage. I am on my way over to go check on it, and I wanted to make at least one, if not two videos. There's a software update for the Fusion Infotainment System, the navigation system in the front console of the Airstream Interstate. So I've downloaded the update. I think it's new software firmware 2.90 from 2.8 something. So we'll check that out. But I wanted to make a video of actually updating the software in the entertainment system, the nav system, and see how easy or complicated it is. The instructions look fairly straightforward, but of course we'll see how that is. And I also want to make a video of my top pet peeves with the Interstate, as well as some of the top improvements that I would like to see. So I'll see if I get that far today. But anyway, we'll go check out the Interstate and see how it's doing.
Life could be a dream, and I think I'm plans would come true. And I think I'm my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And I think I'm boom, boom, yeah. And I think I'm boom, boom, oh, life. And I think I'm if I could take you up and boom, 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 boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Oh, 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 life could be a dream. And I think I'm plans would come true. And I think I'm my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. And I think I'm plans would come true. And I think I'm my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Yeah.
And I think I'm boom, boom,
Yeah.
and I think I'm boom, boom, oh, life. And I think I'm if I could take you up and boom, 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 boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream, and I think I'm plans would come true. And I think I'm my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Alright, so we made it to the RV storage parking lot. I've been asked what kind of car I have. It's a Cadillac CTS Sport Wagon, and if you can't tell, I like the color silver. So we've got a gentleman washing his RV today. Since the last time I was out here, the RV on the right showed up, and the good thing is I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon, so we shouldn't have a lot of movement, and I don't think the trailer to the left has gone anywhere. Alright, let me put camera down and get the key. Shouldn't be too hot. Go ahead and hop in. And I've left, actually, I'm going to keep the door open and close the screen. The owner's manual recommends leaving the refrigerator and freezer doors open, just so that you don't get any mold or mildew left in there. I'm going to go ahead and close them for now, so they're not in the way. And then these collect moisture. Trying to tell if there's any in there. There's a little bit. Kind of hard to see. You can't really see. So I've got that one there. There's one in the bathroom. There's a little bit. We'll keep that one there. Let's actually go check the battery status. So we have our 100-watt solar panel on the roof, and we are charged to 100, which is great. So the solar panel is keeping our battery charged. Let's see, it's a fairly sunny day right now, early afternoon. But we're not bringing in, oh, it's 0 because we're at 100% charge. Okay. I started to freak out. I'm thinking, what? It's a sunny day, but we're bringing in 0 because it's 100, so it shuts it off. All right. And I don't really need any power yet. So what I'm going to first focus on is updating the Fusion software. And I brought a USB. That's an HDMI. My understanding was that I could use a USB, which actually, I believe, is up here. Alright, so hopefully that's going to work. We'll give that a try. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the main power on, which is going to provide power to the Fusion system. There we go. So there's an HDMI port here. I believe that's an HDMI in. I'm not 100% certain. I'm thinking, why would I want to port HDMI in? I guess so it shows on the screen. SD, this is SD card in, so I could view photos or video or software updates. So I guess that's an HDMI in. So once this loads, from what I read on the instructions, I've got my USB thumb drive. I'm going to plug that into the USB port that's located on the top. So in the Sprinter chassis, you've got the standard storage compartment, and then they have added this Fusion USB in, as well as an audio aux in, and let it acquire its satellites before I try to mess anything up with the USB. See how long that takes. Alright, so let's see what happens if we insert our USB that has our updated firmware. Now, what I did on the Fusion Entertainment website was downloaded the file that was then unzipped. I did it on a Mac, so it automatically unzipped it into 3 folders, 3 main folders, that you then copy those 3 folders and those 3 folders only onto a USB drive. There cannot be anything else on the USB drive. Now, what I'm curious to see is if, because I did it on a Mac, is that going to mess up anything format-wise to try to load it here. So let's go ahead and plug this in the right way. All right, so that's in. Oh, preparing external USB storage. Okay, so far so good. Now, I read on the instructions that it will actually, the system will restart itself several times. It did not give any indication as to how long this was going to take. And there was also, all right, so that's a good sign. This is a Android-based system. There unfortunately were no notes on the Fusion Entertainment website as to what was updated. Now, one of the folders that I copied onto the USB drive was a Garmin folder, so I'm assuming there are some Garmin Entertainment or Garmin map updates or GPS updates. Not certain though. And it's restarting. Alright, so I've never heard that little beep before. You need to restart the system to update the infotainment system. You are not able to use all features. That's perfectly fine. Alright. So it's going to go again. So far, so good. Another update. Now, one thing I've noticed, you can see the glossiness of the screen. And down here you get some dust and dirt from being out and camping, and it naturally kind of collects. There's just a little crevice down there. Let me see if I can blow it off. Not really. So you need a cloth or something to try to get all of that out. A lot of campgrounds have a lot of gravel and dust, and it's naturally collecting right in that little crevice, which is a fairly visible area. Also, while we're waiting for this, the screen that I've talked about having a hard time finagling, I found a way to temporarily place it here without having to twist the rear view camera monitor to finagle it in between this little gap. So this at least relieve some of the pressure and stress, I think, of having to turn the monitor and move it all around, which I don't think the ball joint, it's going to do it any good by constantly moving it every single time you want to put the screen up. So right now I've at least got it up, kind of bypassing the rear view monitor without getting it as close to the windshield as I'd like. But I definitely don't want to break the ball joint or rear view monitor, the wires or anything. Again, I just think it's unnecessary stress on the rear view monitor. All right, so Android is updating now, or upgrading. You need to restart the system. Okay. Now there were 3 folders, like I said, so I'm going to assume there might be 3 restarts. I don't know. We'll see. Now, what would be nice is if, and I doubt it, once it restarts and it's finished, if there were release notes of what's upgraded and new. But again, I highly doubt it. They don't even have it listed on their website. The previous version was I believe it was about 2.80. In that range, and now we're at 2.90, so I know it's a larger update. I would have expected some sort of release notes. It might just be stability improvements. Anybody who has an Airstream Interstate or a Sprinter chassis based van, does anybody use this? Just a random question. I feel like it was Mercedes' attempt to fill a void where they didn't know what else to put. You've got your temperature dial for your AC control, if it's the feet, the windshield, and then you have a note holder. Who actually puts anything right there? It's a note clip. It's like a chip clip. So I have a chip clip built into my $168,000 van. That's super. We'll never use it. Anyway. Alright, so still in the restart process. Well, this is my first time being out in the RV in the last 2 weeks. I've driven past it just to make sure it's still here and hasn't been abducted by aliens. So everything looks good. All right, update successful. Okay. Is it done? Might be done. All right. Well, let's go see if we can find where it tells us what firmware we're on. Remember where that is. That's not it. Overall, the system's pretty easy to use. Awesome. So there we go. Software version 2.90. And have no idea what's updated. So if anybody happens to find out what is new on the Fusion Entertainment System, let me see if I can find anywhere that mentions the map to see if the navigation's been updated. Actually, it should be here. Let's see. I think navigation, okay, maybe it's in here. Map detail, map tools, my maps, installed maps. Let's look at that. 2016. Okay, that's not telling me anything. All right. Well, I am glad to report that the upgrade of the Fusion Entertainment was as straightforward as I had hoped. Again, this was done using a Mac operating system computer, so I can only assume that a Windows-based computer would be just as easy. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, accolades, complaints, let me know. Share, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you.